Hello, and welcome to Conexus Credit Union's annual meeting. My name is Annette Rivette, and I am the Chief Strategy and Governance Officer and Corporate Secretary for Conexus. I would like to first acknowledge that while we are meeting virtually, we are meeting remotely with members from across lands covered by Treaties 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10, the traditional lands of the Cree, Dakota, Dene, Lakota, Nakota, and Saulteaux peoples, as well as the homeland of the Métis. This acknowledgement is an important part of our history and our future and reminds us of our commitment to the Truth and Reconciliation calls to action. Conexus has taken steps forward in the calls to action, specifically Action 92. We are focusing on this call to action through workplace inclusion and opportunities in education, training, community investments and partnerships, and relationship building with the Indigenous community and its leaders. Before we begin the formal part of our meeting, I'd like to go over a few housekeeping items. This afternoon's virtual meeting is expected to last approximately 60 minutes. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, you can submit these using the chat feature, which we will show you how to use shortly. We will respond to these questions and any that were submitted when registering at the end of the meeting. This afternoon, we also have a few special guests in attendance. Our parliamentarian for the AGM is Mr. Stuart Wachowski from McDougall-Gawley. The parliamentarian's role is to provide advice to the meeting generally and to the chair in particular regarding the proceedings to ensure that a legal and fair meeting is held. Stuart is a lawyer who is very familiar with rules relating to meetings of credit union members. Andrew Geary, local partner for Deloitte, also joins us. He was our auditor for 2023 and can answer any questions about the audited financial statements. Finally, as we are meeting virtually, we should all be used to any potential hiccups. Please bear with us if any issues occur. We are recording this meeting and it will be available on our website at conexus.ca within 48 hours of tonight's EGM. I would like to confirm for the chair and members that we have achieved quorum for this meeting with 91 members attending, which exceeds the minimum requirement of 25. Thank you to everyone for joining us. I'll be back a bit later to help facilitate the question and answer period. Now I'd like to introduce Board Chair Ken Kozlowski, who will officially begin today's EGM.
Well, thank you, Annette. Hello, everyone. My name is Ken Kozlowski, and I'm Board Chair for Conexus. I was first elected to the board in 2020 and was elected Board Chair in 2023. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time to join us this afternoon, from wherever that may be. I know that those attending include Conexus members, employees, special guests, and board members from across the province. It is a pleasure and a privilege to be able to connect with you, our members, virtually today. Before we get too far in the agenda, we have a short video to show us all how to submit questions throughout the presentation, as well as how to cast your vote on a motion. Please note that questions are not anonymous on this platform. After this video, we'll have a little fun with a practice vote.
Hello, and welcome to the Lumi voting platform. Lumi is very easy to use. All you need is an internet connection and one of the main browsers, preferably Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Firefox. With the link provided to you by the meeting organizers and your meeting credentials, you will log into the Lumi platform. Here the interface is very simple. A small menu on the left, a home pane, a Documents tab if any documents are shared with you, and a broadcast window on the right should your event be enabled with broadcasting. Let's look at some polling. We will launch a single choice vote. Chairperson will open the vote. You will make a choice and your selection will be colored. You do get a notification that your vote was received in written form just above the selections here. Before the vote is closed, you may at any time change your selection. The vote is closed. You will notice that you cannot act on it anymore, And should the results be revealed graphically, they will appear as such when the chairperson calls for it. Some meeting organizers choose to reveal the results of any polling verbally. We are done with this one. Let's look at a multiple choice question. What are your favorite pizza toppings? Choose up to 3 toppings. I will choose 1, 2, and 3, and you will notice that you cannot select any more. You do need to click send in the case of a multiple choice question. Before the vote is closed, if you change your mind, you can always click cancel and reselect an entirely different set of answers. Do remember to click send to validate your vote. The chairperson will now close the vote and reveal the results if it is part of the procedure. If your event has messaging enabled, you will find that function under the Messaging tab. The messaging function can be used for question and answer periods, and sometimes can be used to move or second a motion. You simply write your text in the Ask a Question box, and you click the Send button. You can see under My Messages tab the messages that you have sent. If it is going to be a question, same procedure. You write your question and you click Send. These messages are moderated and will be considered by the chairperson. I hope you have a pleasant voting experience with Lumi.
Okay, thank you. I would like to encourage you to send any questions you might have to the board at any time during the presentation, and we will ensure these are answered in the latter part of the agenda. Now for something fun so we can practice how voting will work. If you haven't yet, on the left side of your monitor, move to the Comments/Questions screen. On this screen, you should now see an opportunity to vote. Let's start with something easy and a little bit goofy. What is the ultimate pairing with peanut butter? Jam or chocolate? While we wait for the results of this practice poll, I'm going to share a fun fact from our annual report. According to the Canadian Bankers Association, 8 out of 10 Canadians bank online or use an app to manage their money, make transactions, and access banking services more conveniently. This number will only continue to rise and is what motivated us to implement significant upgrades to our digital banking platform in 2023. Conexus ended the year with approximately 141,000 members, many of which, over 76,000 members, actively use digital banking. Last year, we saw 2.6 million Interact e-transfers sent, 6 billion in total digital transactions, and over 49,000 average daily logins from the desktop and mobile. Now, back to our poll results. Can you put these on the screen, please? So jam was the favorite, over 60%, and chocolate came in second, so that's good. That's actually what I favored as well. All right. So as you can see from the agenda, after some formalities, I will share some highlights from 2023. Then Conexus' CEO, Selena Philpott, will take the stage to present more highlights from this past year, financial results, and a look into the future. Finally, near the close of the meeting, we'll have an open forum and take time to answer your questions. I would now like to call for a motion to approve the agenda, which includes acknowledging you have received access to the 2023 annual report and audited financial statements. In order to make a motion, please use the comment/chat function and simply write, "I move." I will take the first 2 names that come through for the mover and the seconder. Can I get a mover? Adam Hicks moves, and the seconder? And Alistair Lowe is the seconder. Thank you for that. The motion to approve the agenda is on the screen, and again, if you want to vote yes and you're in favor of it, or no if you're against it. So I'll give everyone 15 seconds to vote. As you do so, I'll share another fun fact from the Conexus annual report. At Conexus, we're dedicated to ongoing education and continual growth at both an organizational and employee level, ensuring we are savvy in understanding what matters to you, our members, advocating on your behalf to help achieve your goals, and providing expert financial solutions. In 2023, we saw 23,158 hours spent on learning and development, 183 employees participating in our mentorship program, 9,237 employee-to-employee recognitions inspiring our best work. Now, let's get back to the motion. The results are in. Can you put them on the screen? So the agenda for the 2024 AGM has been approved. The next motion we have is to approve the minutes from our 2023 annual meeting. These minutes are available for your review on the Conexus' website and were included in your AGM confirmation emails. I now need a motion to approve the minutes from our 2023 AGM. Once again, using the same process as before, writing the comment, "I move." Can I get a mover? Ellison Barton moves, and a seconder, Joel Moshenko. Thank you. With that, I ask if there's any further discussion needed on the 2023 minutes. If there is any, please mention in the comments now. All right, no further comments, so the motion to approve the minutes is now on your screen. Again, please vote yes if you're in favor and no if you're against. And I'll give everyone a few seconds to vote. And as you do so, I'll share another fun fact. Since its inception in 2019, Conexus Venture Capital has played a key role in growing the technology ecosystem in Saskatchewan and beyond. By pooling local capital and investing in local tech startups who need to grow their business, Conexus Venture Capital helps generate jobs and fuel the local economy. In 2023, Conexus Venture Capital managed two funds, Conexus VC Fund 1 and Emertech. Here are just a couple of success stories from those funds. In partnership with AGT Foods, Lucent Biosciences, with support from the Emertech Fund, opened a local fertilizer production facility in Rosetown. The multi-million-dollar facility has already generated many jobs in the area. Coconut Software, also a recipient of venture capital through Conexus VC Fund 1, was the only SaaS-based company to be named to Deloitte's Fast 50, a list ranking Canada's fastest-growing tech companies. Now, back to the voting. The results are in. Can you put those on the screen, please? And the motion has been carried to approve the 2023 AGM minutes. Now, as I embark on my first AGM as chair of the Conexus Board of Directors, I am deeply honored and humbled to serve in this role on behalf of the board and our members. In guiding the credit union that fulfills your banking and wealth needs, I am enthusiastic about the journey ahead. This past year has presented us with unique challenges in the ever-evolving financial landscape. As we navigate uncertainties and explore new opportunities, our focus on effectively delivering on the financial needs of our members has never been more critical. Conexus has always stood out by offering services that go beyond the conventional, from the basics like personal and business banking, to innovative ventures like a business startup incubator and venture capital funding. We remain steadfast in fostering the economic vitality of our province. On behalf of the Board of Directors, thank you for choosing us as your representatives. We are committed to making decisions that will benefit all of our members and the communities we serve. Strategy has been a pivotal focus for the Conexus board. Firstly, we've supported the onboarding of our new CEO, a crucial step in our ongoing journey. Secondly, in 2023, we approved a revised strategy that underpins all of our endeavors, reflecting our commitment to understanding and meeting the evolving expectations of our members. Our refreshed strategy emerged from consultations with our employees, members, and prospective members. By taking stock of our strengths and listening to the needs of Saskatchewan people, we've crafted a roadmap that ensures Conexus stays relevant today and in the long run. Our purpose is clear: to champion every member's success for a thriving Saskatchewan. When we say champion, we mean to be your advocates, supporting you in reaching your goals. Success is defined by you, our members, at every stage of your financial journey. And a thriving Saskatchewan reflects our collective efforts to contribute to the prosperity of our entire province. We will deliver on our purpose by being curious about each member's world, courageous in doing what is right, confident in our expertise, and committed to every member's success. Environmental, social, and governance issues hold a prominent place in our priorities as well. As a credit union guided by cooperative values, we've created an ESG policy and governance structure in 2023, aligning our decisions with principles that address environmental protection, reconciliation with Indigenous communities, diversity and equity, and transparent decision-making, to name a few. Our commitment to community investments remains unwavering. In 2023, Conexus proudly supported 20 initiatives with a total contribution of $1.53 million. We placed a strategic focus on multi-year partnerships that allowed us to build long-lasting relationships and a bigger impact in key areas such as education, financial literacy, food security, health services, shelter, and capital projects. A significant portion of our partnership efforts were directed towards nurturing existing relationships and identifying opportunities to make a substantial difference together through amplifying long-term investments. Some of our multi-year partnerships included Habitat for Humanity, Jim Pattison's Children's Hospital Foundation, YWCA Regina, Saskatchewan Rough Rider Foundation, Lung Association, and Alzheimer's Society of Saskatchewan. I want to take a few minutes to highlight one of the more recent partnerships with the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Foundation. In 2023, Conexus became the presenting sponsor for the Saskatchewan Rough Rider Foundation Game Changers Playbook. The goal of the project is to empower youth with confidence and tools to reach out for help if they need it, equip them to be resilient, and empower them to look after their mental wellness. To help achieve this, the Game Changers Playbook provides a collection of Ministry of Education approved resources that are evidence-based and curriculum-linked. The foundation works collaboratively with numerous leading mental wellness organizations to provide resources at no cost. Conexus also partnered with the foundation on the Win with Wellness Player Presentation Series, which brings trained player ambassadors into classrooms across the province to promote the discussion of mental wellness with youth. The interactive presentation is designed for grades 5 to 9 students and touches on topics such as understanding mental wellness, tips for managing anxiety and stress, building supportive and healthy relationships, and more. Last year, with this partnership, resulted in 191 Win with Wellness presentations being delivered. 109 schools were visited across the province. 11,810 students were reached. We are so proud to have contributed on our members' behalf to this very important and relevant topic for our youth today. With that, I'd now like to welcome to the stage Selena Philpott.
Good afternoon and welcome to our annual general meeting for Conexus Credit Union. I'm Selena, your credit union CEO. Time truly does fly when you're having fun, and I'm delighted to reflect on my first year of living among and serving our incredible members in Saskatchewan. The journey has been both enlightening and fulfilling, as I've covered the province, connecting with our talented employees and engaging with you in your local communities, our members. Witnessing our employees in action and meeting members on their financial journey has filled me with an immense pride. In my travels across Saskatchewan, I've noticed the unique similarities and differences between my former residence in Manitoba and my new home. The vast landscapes, big skies, and the spirit of hard-working prairie people are shared attributes. The passion for football also runs true, regardless if you bleed blue or green. And let's not forget the breathtaking rolling hills as soon as you get off the Trans-Canada Highway. We've been through some changes together in 2023. In particular, the launch of the Conexus digital banking platform marked a significant step in making banking convenient, easy, and adaptable to your lives. The launch of this modernized digital banking experience, though not without its challenges, now serves as a foundation for future innovations, continually improving the banking convenience this platform provides. We appreciate your patience during the transition and strive daily to enhance your online banking experience. 2023 was a transition year for Conexus, marked by exploration with our members to understand their needs and expectations of their credit union. We held up a mirror and took stock of the unique strengths we bring that resonate with our members and future members. We also sought to understand current gaps in the way we serve you so that we improve and enhance the value of your credit union membership. At the same time, the macro environment presented many challenges, with Bank of Canada rates rising and inflation persisting. The higher cost of borrowing impacted some of our members, especially those with variable rate mortgages. Members with fixed rate mortgages also experienced the impact when their mortgages came up for renewal. Financial stress emerged as a top concern for Canadians, prompting us to support our members in these challenging financial times, including our business members that participated in the CEBA program. All this led us down a path to deepen our relationships with our members as we fulfilled their immediate financial needs and helped to plan for their long-term goals. Despite these headwinds, Saskatchewan has stood resilient, avoiding a recession. Conexus delivered a steady fiscal performance that exhibited a strong regulatory risk-weighted capital position of 16.57% and asset growth of 1.97%. Our loan portfolio expanded by 7.72%, while our deposit portfolio also experienced modest growth at 0.64%. Furthermore, we welcomed roughly 4,000 new members, reflecting a positive trajectory in our overall membership. These financial achievements underscore the confidence our members place in us to manage their financial resources effectively. This trust empowers us to make ongoing investments in both our members and the communities we serve throughout Saskatchewan. A detailed account of our financial results were included in your AGM package and can be accessed from our website. I'm pleased to share with you some new products and key accomplishments delivered by Conexus in 2023. We introduced the Debit MasterCard, a versatile offering for our members that acts like a debit card but has the convenience and worldwide acceptance associated with MasterCard. This product fulfills a need for those who choose not to hold a credit card or are still working towards developing good financial habits before obtaining one. We also began offering the First Home Savings Account, providing valuable opportunities for first-time homebuyers to achieve home ownership by supporting their ability to save for a down payment. Our business incubator, Cultivator, and venture capital funds continue to make a remarkable impact on Saskatchewan's entrepreneurial landscape. Cultivator last year supported 69 companies who hired 159 people and generated $44 million in revenue. The cumulative effect of 5 years of Cultivator translates into a total of 420 jobs created across 148 companies, generating $83.1 million in revenue since opening in 2019. Through Cultivator, we are living our purpose of building a thriving Saskatchewan. The positive immediate impact we're having on the economic prosperity of our province through our support for entrepreneurship is something we can all be proud of. The energy and the enthusiasm displayed by entrepreneurs towards solving a problem and making life better for people is truly inspiring. We are just getting started and have so much more to do. Small to medium-sized businesses are the lifeline of our province, and we are committed to supporting growth in this sector, given its positive economic contribution to our province and our citizens. Helping companies progress also requires capital investments, which is why we launched Conexus Venture Capital Inc. in 2019. Since then, we've invested $66 million into helping businesses grow, including 13 based right here in Saskatchewan. You can learn more about this on conexus.ca or in our annual report. This is how Conexus is contributing directly to enhancing the economic vitality and opportunity creation within our province. As we look forward to 2024, our focus remains firmly on supporting our members and achieving their financial goals. We plan to make key investments in our internal systems to speed up our decision-making process, aiming to find a path to yes, to fulfill our members' needs at the speed of life. This means creating a banking experience that's easy, intuitive, and friction-free for everyone, recognizing the unique journey of each member. Improving our efficiency is another priority. By streamlining how we operate, we can create cost savings to reinvest in products and services our members want and need. We're also taking a close look at our current offerings to ensure they meet our members' present and future needs. We're committed to investing in our team's knowledge and continually increasing their expertise, ensuring they can provide expert financial solutions and show up every day as savvy advocates in your corner, empowering you to achieve what matters most to you. Your success directly contributes to our credit union success and collectively the success of our province. On our digital platform, you will experience ongoing enhancements. After launching the new platform to deliver more modernization, security, and ease of use, we're now focused on continuously improving its performance. As well, in this era of digital transformation, the safeguarding of our members' financial assets and personal information remains a top priority. Our new platform enables us to deliver on these commitments to you, our valued members. The landscape of cyber threats is evolving with increasing sophistication, making it imperative for us to stay ahead of potential vulnerabilities. Recognizing this, we have committed to continually enhancing our cybersecurity measures, educating our members on how to bank online safely, and fostering a culture of vigilance across our institution. Our approach not only aims to fortify our defenses against emerging threats, but also ensures the integrity and availability of our services, reinforcing the trust our members place in us. Additionally, we're excited to continue supporting economic growth in our province through our unique offerings of Cultivator and Conexus Venture Capital. We are committed to growing the economic vitality of our province, creating opportunities for all Saskatchewan people to prosper with us. As we move forward, we'll also refine our story, positioning ourselves as a first choice for banking, driven by our purpose to champion every member's success for a thriving Saskatchewan. I want to extend heartfelt gratitude to our membership for helping shape our path forward. Thank you to those who turn to us for advice, products, and services to meet their banking and wealth needs. It is a privilege and an honor to be trusted to serve you, our valued members. Thank you for your time and attention. I'll now pass the podium back to Ken to continue the meeting.
Thank you, Selena. Next, we will move into the appointment of our auditors. Everyone should have received a copy of the audited financial statements as part of their communication for the AGM. You can also view the audited financial statements publicly on our website at conexus.ca. Our auditor for 2023 is Andrew Geary, local partner for Deloitte, and he is here with us today. If you have any questions about the audited financial statements for 2023, please include those into the chat, and we will address those during our question and answer time. As part of our annual general meeting, members are required to appoint the external auditor for the year. The board has considered this and is recommending the appointment of Deloitte as the auditors for Conexus for the upcoming 2024 year. I'd like to call for a motion to approve the appointment. Again, as before, please use the comment/chat function and simply write, "I move." I will take the first two names that come through for the mover and the seconder. Can I get a mover? Adam Hicks, and seconder Douglas Besplug. Thank you. The motion to approve Deloitte as auditor for 2024 is now on your screen. Please vote yes if you are in favor or no if you are against. And while you're doing that, here is yet another fun fact, this time about our wholly owned subsidiary, Thrive Wealth Management. The accredited team of advisors and specialists at Thrive Wealth Management delivered tailored financial guidance with expertise and confidence, resulting in the management of nearly $2.25 billion in funds right here in Saskatchewan. We also seek feedback on our members' experiences annually through a survey, and last year we saw outstanding feedback, with 89% reporting being satisfied with their financial plan and the overall quality of service. In addition, 2023 net sales placed Thrive in the #1 spot in Saskatchewan and 5th overall in the Canadian credit union system, a particularly impressive accomplishment during a financial challenging year, highlighting the trust our members place in their advisors. Now let's get back to the motion. The results are in. Can you please show me the results? And yes, we have approved Deloitte as the 2024 auditor. The motion is passed. Now, I'd like to welcome Annette back to the podium as both the moderator for the evening as well as our corporate secretary for Conexus Credit Union.
Thanks, Ken. I'm pleased to announce the results from this year's director election. There were 3 board of director positions to fill this year. I want to first thank and recognize our scrutineer, Greg Pinch from KMP Law, who is responsible for handling the process for the election of directors and has validated the results of this year's election. Congratulations to Pam Skotnitsky, Ted Gilletta, and Janice Wallace, who were each elected for a 3-year term. We look forward to working with each of you. I want to take a moment and thank everyone who put their name forward in the call for nominations. It is important as a member-owned cooperative to participate in the democratic process, and we appreciate your engagement in your credit union. In order to finalize the election, I would like to ask for a motion to destroy all records pertaining to the 2024 elections. Again, as Ken has indicated, please use the comment chat function and simply write "I move." I will take the first 2 names that come through for recommending this motion for approval. Nicole Fitzpatrick has moved and Eric Dillon has seconded. The motion to destroy the ballots is now on your screen. Please vote yes if you are in favor or no if you are against. And here's the last fun fact for the evening from the Conexus annual report. The Conexus Incubator Cultivator helped to encourage the next generation of founders by hosting 2 24-hour startup events in 2023. These events brought together the best and brightest entrepreneurs, developers, and designers from across the province to pitch ideas from teams and build a minimum viable product in just 24 hours. In September, Cultivator hosted Startup Summit, connecting North America's top founders, investors, and expert mentors for a hands-on and collaborative 2-day event. Now let's get back to the motion. The results are in. Can you please show me the results? And that motion has passed. Back to you, Ken.
Thanks, Annette. The AGM is both a beginning and an end as it relates to the director cycle. It is with regret that we also say farewell to Cindy Fuchs, Joel Moshenko, and Braden Parisian. I can personally attest to their care and due diligence during their time as directors and their passion in seeing Conexus continue to grow in a sustainable manner. I especially want to recognize Joel's service for a full 9 years, where he served on every committee of the board during that time, and also as board chair for 4 years, from 2018 to 2022. Thank you to Cindy, Joel, and Braden for your service and dedication to Conexus these last several years. Your contributions will be truly missed. We have accomplished a lot during your tenure. Also, thank you to everyone who put their names forward to be on the board and to our membership for voting. The director election process is an important part of being a cooperative. Your participation in this democratic process helps to shape the future of your credit union. And now, it's time for the Q&A section of the meeting. Annette's going to be our moderator for this portion of the meeting. Annette.
Thank you, Ken. At this time, Selena and Ken are available for your questions, and it's my pleasure to be your moderator for this portion of the meeting. There were many questions submitted during the registration process, and we were so excited to see our members' interest in learning more about so many areas of the credit union. As we start responding to those, we will also take live questions from people attending the meeting tonight. And to support getting to as many questions as we can, we have grouped some of the pre-submitted questions together by theme. If we have missed the essence of your question, we would ask that you submit a new question or follow up with us directly. Both the board and management are available year-round to answer questions, and we encourage you to visit our website at conexus.ca for the list of ways you can reach us. So we will go ahead and get started and use the rest of our meeting time to work through as many questions as we can, and we have, I think, about 20 minutes. So, Ken, we'll get started with you with a pre-submitted question for you. and all of these are related to this year's election. 4 different members asked about what new directors will be doing differently than the previous board members, who are the candidates for the board, and what is the term for the board member selected. And keep in mind that these questions were asked during the election cycle.
Well, thank you for your questions. I really do appreciate how much our members care about their board members. First, let me say that it's a great privilege to be on the Conexus board. And with that great privilege comes great responsibility to you, our members. All members of the board take this responsibility very seriously. As I referenced in my earlier remarks, and Selena did as well, we did a major revamp of our strategy in 2023. We talked to a number of folks, management and the board for sure, but members, potential members, and our employees to come up with the strategy that we believe is going to help us in our evolving expectations of our members and also for the size of the credit union. The focus of the board will continue to be to monitor Conexus progress on that strategy and to be looking towards the future to continually meet members' needs and support our long-term financial sustainability. The role of the director is much more complex today as the credit union grows and as the environment has evolved. We as a board need to be more responsive, flexible, and continue to be educated so we can make informed decisions about our strategy. Now, as for candidates for the board, information on each candidate was available on conexus.ca during the voting period, along with information on the voting platform. Earlier this evening, Annette announced those that were selected by the membership to serve on the board. And for the complete listing of all of our board members, again, conexus.ca is your place. Each of these board members is elected for a 3-year term, and each board member can serve for 3 terms for a total of 9 years. Thank you.
And I do have another question on the topic of election, if you'll entertain that one. So David asked why the recommended banners that are affixed to some prospective director profiles and some didn't have that. So do you want to answer that?
Well, thank you, David. First, let me give you a little background on that process. In 2019, Conexus members voted in favor of amendments to the bylaws, which also brought about the process of recommending candidates. The recommendation process was instituted to support members in understanding the needs or gaps the board is seeking during that election year to ensure it has the skills, competency, and experience to oversee Conexus that is both representative of its members across the province and appropriate to its size. Each election year, these needs and gaps change based on who is leaving the board as well as our evolving environment. In order to make sure that we maintain a diverse and competent board for a very large credit union, we look for attributes such as skills, competencies, and experience, along with other characteristics such as age, gender, location, urban versus rural, and cultural background. Those candidates recommended align closest to what is needed in that year to balance out the board. And while all candidates are not recommended, each candidate does have the final decision on whether to let their names stand for election. And you, the members, have the final say through the election process. The entire process is run very transparently with both candidates and our members. Thanks again for the question, David.
Thanks, Ken. Selena, we'll turn the floor over to you with questions about our online banking and mobile app. So one member submitted a detailed list of issues and changes and was wondering what the schedule is for implementing any changes on our online app and mobile app. And the other member liked the old app better, and so maybe explaining some rationale for the change might be helpful.
Certainly, and thank you so much for your question. I just want to assure our members that the feedback that you share with us, whether it's through your advisor or calling our contact center or just sending us an email, is shared with the team that's responsible for delivering on features and functionality. So we collect all that information as we seek to prioritize and balance the need for new features and functions along with enhancing security measures. I also want to acknowledge that change can be difficult, and the intention behind changing the online banking platform, was done intentionally, as our previous product was nearing the end of its useful life. And in order to continue to build on the product to enhance the service delivery to our members and its reliability, we needed to make the necessary investment to move forward with the new platform. Our focus was primarily to get our platform launched and onboard our members, and we are committed to continually to provide new features and functionality, as well as enhanced security. So just to give you a bit of an example of some of the features that we have launched since we've moved forward with the new application is Conexus MasterCard integration, Apple Pay integration, two-factor authentication for those accessing the site from a new device, and we're looking to enhance more functionality moving forward. Again, I want to encourage our members to send us your feedback and let us know how we can improve our platform. Thank you.
Thanks, Lena. And maybe one more quick question about our application, which is, does Conexus plan on implementing basic business needs such as credit card integrations into accounting software?
Yes, again, I appreciate your question. So there is currently a way to integrate credit card information into accounting software. However, it is a manual process that requires uploading an Excel spreadsheet. We appreciate your feedback and understand that this feature is important to our members, and we are seeking to ensure that we can deliver this to you. So thank you again for your question.
Thanks. And we do have a question that's come in from somebody attending the meeting. So Landon has asked, he's an entrepreneur within the cannabis industry, and he's observed that there is some financial burden placed upon his industry in that we impose a $250 fee per account per month. And he talks about how that practice might be discriminatory and that it's likely a policy within Conexus. So, Selena, did you want to answer that?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Landon, for your question. So I can appreciate that no one enjoys fees. However, the level of regulation and monitoring that we have to do on specific industries, and the cannabis industry being one of them, are ones that are levied upon us as a financial institution. So we need to balance the requirement to support those regulatory requirements as well as support our members. So hence the fee that has been introduced to recognize that there's an additional reporting requirement on the credit union.
Okay, and Landon, I believe it's the same member. He followed up with a second question asking if there would be any opportunity to review the fees or potentially changing those or eliminating them.
Yeah, again, I appreciate your question, Landon. And we're continuing looking at our fees, and we're always trying to find a balance between serving our members, covering our costs, so we can ensure we're a financially sustainable credit union. Although we recognize that nobody enjoys fees, it is a part of our ability to deliver service to our members. So we always look at those fees and look to be equitable and competitive within the market, and do require them to run our business on behalf of our membership.
So Ken, here's another question that was pre-submitted, and it's actually from a member called Ken. He asked if Conexus is considering going federal, causing deposit protection to be lowered from the CUDG 100% guarantee.
Ken, thanks for your question. You have a very good name. I can answer it pretty simply. We're not looking, the board is not entertaining or even currently considering going federal. There's still lots of work in Saskatchewan to attract new members and to attract more business from the membership. And so we're focusing on Saskatchewan.
And maybe one other question, Ken, for you, which is, again, pre-submitted. Would Conexus ever consider doing membership payouts like it's done with other credit unions? Yeah,
so several years ago, we changed our patronage allocation. We used to call it patronage allocation, and compensated members through a no-fee account. Since that time, we continue to revisit and relook at it to make sure that it meets our members' wants to be rewarded for their participation in the credit union system. So we continue to consider each and every year a different way of allocating patronage benefits. So thanks for your interest.
Selena, maybe over to you. Hallie has asked, what is the Indigenous plan for truth and reconciliation?
Thank you, Hallie, for your question. At Conexus, we have a proud history of acting responsibly with regards to our social engagement, respecting diversity, and investing in the communities we serve. To answer your question, we do not have a specific plan, as we are in the process of a learning journey and believe that we should leverage the knowledge of the leaders within our Indigenous community to guide us in this regard. However, we are showing up in a way to try to make a meaningful contribution. We're committed to educating ourselves and learning about how we can best support communities to contribute to positive change. At Conexus, all of our employees participated in the 4 Seasons of Reconciliation, a program offered by First Nations University. We are also connecting with and supporting community partners who have demonstrated positive impact on the Indigenous community through their services focused on basic human needs. For example, we have partnered with Morris Interactive, who runs the Digital Transformation Potash Mining Program. The program provides Indigenous people with the tools and opportunities to build and fulfill long-term careers in the potash industry. We also have partnered with Inclusion Saskatchewan, a Northern Inclusion and Self-Reliance program focused on skills and supports within mental health and advocacy for oneself. We've also partnered with the YWCA in Regina, a community hub offering wraparound services for women and families seeking refuge from abuse and gender-based violence, temporary housing, as well as specialized health care, and work and life skills programming. We continue to seek opportunities to make meaningful impacts in the communities we serve and feel that we do our best by supporting leaders in the Indigenous community. Thank you for your question.
And Selena, a question on the community investment program. If you might explain to Margaret, who's asked how the decisions are made as to who to invest with.
Yes, thank you for your question, Margaret. The need is more than can ever be fulfilled, so we appreciate that there's much need in the community. And as a credit union, we have a long history of helping and supporting the communities we serve in an economic and social perspective. So to give you a bit of a summary of some of the things that we have done. In 2023, we supported over 20 organizations and invested $1.53 million. In the last 5 years, we have invested over $11 million into programs and services throughout Saskatchewan. Almost all of those funds are part of multi-year commitments. We believe we can make a bigger impact when we are focused on a few key partnerships and devote funds over several years. Our focus is on that to help address basic human needs such as education, shelter, and health services. As for who we will support in the future, we are currently reviewing our community investment program to ensure it aligns with our strategy going forward. And unfortunately, I don't have any details to share with you today, but we are committed to continually investing in our communities. Thank you for your question.
And now we have some quite technical questions from some of our members. So Stuart would like to know if Conexus is ready for ISO 20022, and will cryptocurrency be a part of Conexus's future? I think, Selena, that might best be handled by you.
Thank you for your question, Stuart. So ISO 20022, for those who are not aware, is about moving payments forward with regards to modernizing payments. And this program is being led by Payments Canada, which is their effort to move us all to the new standard within the Canadian financial services industry. The standard aims to deliver better member experience by enabling less manual intervention, more accurate compliance, and improved fraud measures. We partner with other credit unions to work with an entity to prepare us for the future of payments. Credit unions work together often as a means to share costs of the technology enhancements and ensure we are keeping pace with our members and we are prepared for the future. We're not fully ready to introduce this ISO standard, but our collaborative work effort will get us there. As for cryptocurrencies, there are many unknowns today about cryptocurrency and the associated risks with this type of payment. This is a giant space to play in, and a lot of due diligence is required to first understand and meet the compliance obligations that come along with it. We have participated in some pilots using distributed ledger technology as an example to help us learn. However, this is as far as we've gone down this path. Thank you for your question.
All right. We have a question that's been submitted from a member online. Does Gordon has asked, does Conexus have any plans to expand within any other communities within Saskatchewan? So maybe
Yeah.
go ahead, Selena.
Thank you, Gordon, for your question. So we're continually looking at our branch network and the communities we serve, and that process helps us understand where we need to be and making sure that we meet the needs of our members. So kind of the short answer is yes, we're always looking and to making sure that we're guided by the data and where our members want us to be. So thank you for your question.
And Selena, we had a couple of pre-submitted questions that were along the same lines, and whether or not we have any plans to expand to new locations within the city of Regina, and if so, when and where. And Jay Samantha also asked if AI will lead to changing our footprint with regards to physical branches.
Yes, thank you again for your question. So we're continuously monitoring not only our branch network, but the communities that we serve to make sure that we're showing up where our members need us to be. So Regina and the entire Saskatchewan market that we serve, we are constantly looking to see how we can do that best. As far as replacing our personalized service with AI, that's not something that we're focused on doing. Part of our cooperative principles is to provide that personalized service. Now, we will leverage AI as we leverage other technologies to try to create efficiencies and a more customized member experience so we can improve on how we deliver service to you. But we're not looking to replace people with technology, but rather enable our people to serve you better.
So we'll continue on with some more pre-submitted questions. As I said at the beginning of this section of the meeting, we had a lot submitted, and we are going to try to get through as many as we can for people to be able to hear the responses. So this one has to do with cybersecurity, and Jacqueline has asked, what is new in the area of cybersecurity to protect members' privacy and prevent hacking or identity theft?
Thank you for your question, Jacqueline. Just coming fresh off Cyber Awareness Month, which is March. We always have to be aware of cyber threats, but March we dedicate that time for educating our members, our employees, of the threats that are out there. So protecting our members' personal information and money is of paramount importance to Conexus. We have a robust cybersecurity framework with dedicated resources. We have online monitoring and detection tools enabled into daily processes. We continually update our systems and processes. We closely monitor developments in technology, including digital identification that you can see on phone logins and banking apps as an example. We also focus on both educating our employees and our members, as prevention is worth a pound of cure, really, when it comes to cybersecurity and trying to help our members not fall victim to these crimes. Bad actors are getting much more sophisticated, and so we have to be that much more diligent with our systems and practices, including participating in exercises to prepare ourselves for drills to ensure that we are vigilant with respect to cybersecurity and the potential that exists. Thank you very much for your question.
Selena, Kristen asked about putting ATMs back in the co-op stores. Perhaps you'd like to explain the rationale for that decision.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you, Kristen. I know change can be difficult, and I also recognize that our members will not always agree with the decisions that we make as a credit union. Our goal is to be good stewards of our members' money and balancing costs with the efficiency and convenience of the services that we offer our members. Where we invest our dollars is very important to ensure we continually enhance our services to meet our current and our future needs. As it relates directly to the ATM decision, all of our services, including our ATMs, is continually evaluated. The reality is ATM usage is decreasing, while preference for digital services continues to grow. We need to make decisions on where we invest our members' money that align with our members and how they choose to bank. These specific ATMs were monitored, and we identified that there was very low member usage and a very high cost to keep these units going. On the positive side, there are ATMs options that are nearby, and in addition to our own ATMs, a ding-free system offered through the credit union system. We know that may not be what you were hoping to hear, Kristen, but I hope the explanation gives you a little bit of rationale behind our decision. And again, thank you so much for your question.
Selena, this is a question from Lucas. He mentions or notes that many banks and financial institutions offer unlimited e-transfers and unlimited free transfers between savings and checkings with certain packages that they offer. And Conexus has reduced the number of free e-transfers and limits the transfers from savings accounts, and asks if there is any rationale for why we might not be meeting the banks on this.
Yes, thank you, Lucas, for your question. First, electronic services, although they look simple and are very convenient, they come with a cost to enable. Our services and fee structure are designed to keep both us competitive in the marketplace and support our long-term financial sustainability and enable us to invest in the technologies that are emerging to ensure that we are meeting the expectations of our members. Specifically on the point about e-transfers, we have a monthly limit of 30 e-transfers. We set that knowing that the majority of our members use less than 10 transfers per month, and those are outgoing transfers. For every e-transfer, there is a cost to the credit union. So for our members who are using this feature well beyond the average, there will be a fee for service, but in turn, we believe that there's a value that's being offered for that fee. Specifically on the point regarding withdrawal from savings accounts, our high-interest savings accounts are intended to incentivize members to save. So because of that, we offer 2 free withdrawals per month. The deterrent of the fee is to help you reach your financial goal of saving. We have unlimited transfers into your savings account, again, to help you build that nest egg, but do limit the number of debits. If a member needs to make multiple withdrawals from their account, we recommend you accessing our no-fee checking account, as this aligns better with your need for multiple debits, and again, keeps whole the intention of the high-interest savings. To incentivize our members to save their money, they will be rewarded with a high interest rate. And on the point of interest rates, these are reviewed regularly again, with the intention to be competitive within market and ensure that we are mindful of the costs required to deliver the service to our members. This question was a bit challenging to answer. There's so many different types of financial institutions, and they do not all operate the same, nor do they have the same cost structure or offer the same level of personalized services that we do. So when we make these decisions regarding features and service charges, we take into account what the majority of our members need, how can we be competitive in the marketplace, and how can we ensure a financially sustainable credit union for today and into the future. I hope that answered your question. Thank you very much.
So we have about 5 minutes left, and I've got 4 pre-submitted questions left, so maybe we'll just go through these really quickly if we can. So Daniel asked Selena if we have any investments in fossil fuel industries such as oil, gas, or pipelines.
Yes, I appreciate your question, Daniel. So the only direct investments we have in oil and gas are through a fund portfolio. So as of February 29th, we had $5.5 million invested, which represents only 0.07% of our total assets. Thank you again for your question.
And Selena, here's another one for you from Sharon asking, how are we working on wait times when email requests are sent in?
Thank you so much for your question, Sharon. And I'm going to assume this has to do with business support that we provide for our members currently. So we are working diligently to create a better experience for you. In particular, this is our business members. Through our contact center, in order to alleviate the delays in responding to both calls and emails. We appreciate your patience as we work through this process. We are responding by putting a team in place that is dedicated to business, banking, any types of inquiries to support our business members. This is how we plan to reduce the waits for you and improve our turnaround times. Thank you so much for your question, Sharon. We sincerely appreciate your patience as we look to provide you better service. Thank you so much.
Maybe a question for you, Ken. Alistair would like to know if Conexus is going insolvent.
I'll answer the question fairly simply. No, we are not. And you do have the financial statements and our annual report. I would suggest that you probably want to look at those, but we are not going insolvent.
And last pre-submitted question, Selena, over to you. Is Conexus going to be bringing down its mortgage rates?
Thank you for the question. So we currently have a campaign in market right now that we're quite proud of. It's a promotional rate of 4.89% for 5-year term with a 120-day rate guarantee. We believe this is extremely competitive in our market, and we encourage you to call us today so we can explain to you the program and give you some additional insights into what that would look like. So thank you for your question.
Thank you to everyone for your questions, and Selena and Ken for that rapid fire. There was a lot to go through. If you were unable to ask your questions, anybody that's attending the meeting, you can still send them to us through our contact form on conexus.ca. And now over to Ken to close the 2024 Annual General Meeting.
Thank you, Annette, and thank you, Selena, for answering a majority of those questions. As I mentioned before, I want to point out our annual report and financial statements are available at conexus.ca. This also includes a management discussion and analysis document that enables you to assess the material changes in financial performance of Conexus and a more detailed explanation of the financial statements and notes. Now, if there's no other business, I'd like to ask for someone to move that we conclude the annual meeting for tonight. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Tim Atichu, he has moved. And with that, we will conclude the meeting. Thank you and have a good evening.